What is up, everybody? How's it going? It's Laura here. Welcome back to my channel. It's great to see you here. Hope you're all well. Today is the day where I'm starting a brand new series. Today is the start of the Cosplay Chronicles. So, as a lot of you will probably know, if you follow me on my Twitter or my Instagram, I'm a massive cosplayer. I have been for several years. I started cosplaying a long time ago, but that's what this video is about today. I'm going to be telling you my cosplay story about how I started in cosplay and where I am now. In fact, I'm actually wearing one of my Ace shirts today. This is actually a, which one is it? Happiness Patrol? I am going to tell you a little bit about my cosplay story, how I got started, and it's just going to be a nice little introduction before we get into the hard, heavy, this is how you cosplay stuff. It's nothing like that, don't worry. It's nothing intimidating like that, don't worry. I'm going to get my notes out, they're right here. So, here we go. This is how Laura Jane Hunt got into cosplay. So, I was always a kid that really loved dressing up. Ever since I was tiny. I loved getting into like dresses, like the princess dresses, and twirling around and pretending I was somebody I wasn't, like a pirate or something. Then when I got to secondary school, I naturally grew out of it. I kind of was like, well, I don't want to do that anymore. Like, that's a childish thing. Then I turned 17 and I heard about people who were older dressing up, like people my age, teenagers. And I was like, ooh, that's still a thing. My best friend Julia told me about the fact that she was a cosplayer and she did a few costumes. She showed me a picture from a convention, a Comic-Con that she went to, and she was wearing like a bright pink wig and a really cool outfit, and I was like, ooh, that's really cool, I really like that. A convention came around, a science fiction Comic-Con, and this is around the time I was getting into Doctor Who, like for real, like hardcore. And I thought, ooh, maybe I could like cosplay. And Julia was like, do it, like totally. And I thought, well, who could I be? And at the time, I was completely obsessed with Donna Noble. So my mum and I went looking around, seeing what we could find. We went to a fancy dress store and found the perfect ginger wig, perfect length, perfect cut for a $5, which was exciting. And then we went to a charity shop and found the perfect grey shirt. And I was like, oh, I could wear this coat with it. And I already had everything else. My grandma lent me some shoes. And yeah, it was a really easy one to put together. I was so nervous. But I ended up staying as Donna. I kind of kept talking in a Cockney accent whenever I would talk to anyone else. And, you know, I kind of became the character more so than, you know, just wearing the costume. It was like I became her. There was a Doctor Who quiz. Most of it was Classic Who, which I wasn't into at the time. I know, crazy, right? But I answered a few questions. Like, there was 15 questions. Like, there was this family on the next table, and they actually helped me with one of the questions, and I won. I got 6 out of 15, and I went up on stage as Donna, and there was a 12th Doctor and Clara cosplay duo, and I just had some banter with them. It was great, and I won a Doctor Who book, and I won a t-shirt, and I still have both of those items to this day. Well, I got to Sasa Dalek, which was amazing. But I felt like I wasn't me. I felt like I was Donna, and I, you know, talked to people as Donna, which was really weird. But that was how I started out. I was kind of more becoming the characters. But then I went to university, and that's when I joined the Doctor Who Society and met other like-minded people. I met people who also were cosplayers and dressed up. And I met Rob, who was the president, who was the one who influenced me to try out cosplaying more. He helped me to develop so many costumes over the years. Even now, a few of my favourites include my 5th Doctor costume. He helped me paint the red markings on the coat, which was, oh, really good fun. That was so much fun. And he's helped me so much with it. And then Morgan as well, who came and joined us, which was lovely. And Tom, this is how I got into Classic Who, because they would screen Classic Who stories and I would watch them and be like, oh, I really like that. And it's actually how I cosplayed Ace. So I literally remember seeing an image from Dragonfire, even though we were watching Remembrance of the Daleks, and I literally just wore red knee-high socks, black cycling shorts, a white shirt with just a random slogan on it, and then I got my leather jacket and pinned button badges to it. What? It's kind of crazy to see it now and see how much it's evolved. But that was what it was like for me at the time. And, you know, I was working with what I knew and what I could do. But now I've got more skills, which is pretty cool. I remember the first, like, familiar face. I don't say famous face. I prefer to say familiar face. The first, like, familiar face I ever met was Sophie Aldred, who played Ace. And, yeah, I went to this convention dressed as Ace. Of course I did. And she loved the costume, which made me feel really, really good. And I've been so fortunate to meet other actors from the show and to talk to them and have conversations with them and for them to see my cosplays and think, oh, that's amazing. In fact, I was meant to be going to a convention a few weeks ago and I couldn't go because of this situation, shall we say. This meaning that a lot of events have been cancelled and stuff. And I wasn't able to get to this convention, which was a shame. But they announced that they were going to do it virtually, meaning they would do Zoom calls and, you know, actors would come on and they would answer people's questions, which was really a cool idea. Then they said, oh, we're going to get Colin Baker, the Sixth Doctor. And I thought, ooh, okay. And I sent in my question. And the guy who runs the Comic-Con actually spoke to me and said, do you want to ask Colin the question yourself? And I was like, what? He wanted to invite me to the Zoom call to chat to Colin. Perry, I couldn't believe it. So I ended up being like, you know what, Jim, it is far too complicated. So I decided to cosplay as Perry. I got my Perry cosplay out and put it on. Got myself all ready and like pinned my hair up. This was before I got a wig, because I now wear a wig when I'm Perry. Message, oh, by the way, but I pinned all my hair up, I got really excited. And then I got another message, oh, by the way, it's not just going to be Colin Baker. It's going to be Nicola Bryant as well. The real Perry. Oh my god. See? So, the time comes round, we do the call, and I get to chat to them. So that was really nice. Funny, because I said, oh, 2020 is going to be the year that I get to go to more conventions and meet more people. And then this happens. So, oh, the irony. But I have been working on some cosplay projects, which has been really nice. Use a lot of fabric paint now. I can sew stuff up. I can, you know, alter things. And I think that's the thing that I've learned more about as a cosplayer. I've kind of learned how to adapt things. As a cosplayer, I'm not someone who goes after the screen accurate item. I'm more someone who sees what's already available and alters it as much as I can. I mean, I do have a few screen accurate items. I mean, I have my Clara blouse that I literally got for, how much did I get it for? £2.50 in a charity shop? Which is insane. My cosplay story. That is kind of my cosplay story. That's how I've evolved. I started out as a kid who loved dressing up and pretending to be other characters. And now I still love dressing up and pretending to be other characters. But I'm 23 years old. So that's pretty cool. Favorites. I will say a few of my favorites. Obviously Ace. I mean, Ace is pretty great. I love her so much. She's such a fun one for a really fun reason. There's a reason I love Tegan. I'll talk up more about it in the future. I promise. And who else? That took me a really long time to do. The Fifth Doctor. That was a really fun one. Clee. That was... And I'll do a top 5. Yes, but Joe Grant, that was a fun one to do as well. Painting the boots, that was a pain in the ass, but it turned out cute and Katie Manning liked it, so I'll talk more about that in the future. If you're looking to get into cosplay, my one bit of advice is to go for it. Just really go for it. It doesn't have to be like a big project, it can just be something small. I highly recommend doing something that's a bit more manageable. Don't go for like a crazy Sixth Doctor Colin Baker rainbow unicorn what the hell costume. Go for something a little bit more simple and work your way up, because that's how I started. I started as Donna Noble and now I've evolved into this. introduction to this series. I really hope you guys can stick around for it. I'm really excited to do more videos for it. And yeah.